Hello, and welcome to another War of the Visions video. Crucible of the Warrior Stage 2 and 3 are tricky stages. Personally, I had issues with stage number 2, but I'll show you what I did to successfully complete all missions. So here is the ultimate prize, the Starlight Sword, Lucio's best weapon. Once maxed out, this sword is a beast and it turns Lucio into a great competitive unit. Let's check out the stats. So, as you can see, the sword has 172 attack, a bit of HP, a bit of accuracy, a bit of crit, 20 slash up, which is higher than the usual 15 we get from most +5 swords. But let's look into the Lucio exclusive bonuses, which is what makes this sword extremely interesting. Attack up 30%, defense debuff up 100, and all attack elemental resist +10. This sword alone takes Lucio and puts him into the tanky bruiser conversation. No complaints here. Obviously at this stage you won't have it maxed out, but during the trials I did use the Spine Blade +5. So let's just do a quick side-by-side comparison. As you can see, the +10 all attack up resistance is extremely useful as most of the resistances are there and it will protect Lucio during the trial. Nightmare difficulty, the Crucible of the Warrior 2, which was harder of the three in my opinion, because everything needs to run smoothly and you only have 7 turns to do it. There are 4 important keys to victory in this level and we'll go through them one by one. The first key is AP generation. With the exception of the first attack, you need to consistently hit enemies with special attacks to complete this mission. So equipping the bells or Lucio's TMR is a must. The second key is Lucio needs to be the fastest unit on the map. This level is a bit of a puzzle and everything needs to fall into place. And since Lucio is the only unit you can control, you definitely want him setting the pace. The third key is setting up Tri-Piercer to instantly defeat the Dark Spell Blades on the map. It's the only thing they're weak to, so hitting them with Tri-Piercer will either defeat them or bring their HP below 10%. And lastly, the fourth key is to set the Monk sub-job and max out the Pummel attack. Light strike attacks are the behemoth's weakness, so you'll need this max out to do maximum damage. This will quickly take down the behemoth. You only have 7 turns, so there's no messing around. Now for the rest of the equipment. Personally, as for my Esper, I used Fenrir, but you can use whichever one as long as the Esper is maxed out. Once again, everything needs to be done within 7 turns. I equipped the Jack Frost doll because it has a great combination of defense, spirit, and slash resist. But to give you variety, you can also equip the Platinum Helm, Shinra Bangle. You know, the possibilities are endless. Won't spend too much time on vision cards, but Flash of Insight or the Rob vision card is the best for the trials. 50% attack up and 20 evade. Can't beat it. As for the vision card, you could put anything, but I would suggest something that raises HP, like Scions of Twilight or the Golem VC. Now let's get to the trial. Lucio should act first, so first thing you're going to do is get the bells up and then move forward to be in prime position to take a brunt of all the upcoming attacks. The other units are going to do their thing, so you just need to make sure that you do your part, taking out the spell blades and the behemoth. So here's the start of the barrage of attacks. Because we're well equipped, and also because there's multiple consecutive attacks, the damage will pile up, but we should have no problems holding on. Velis at the end of the barrage will then heal Lucio, and that should lead us into the first attack, which would be defeating the Spellblade all the way to the far right. So Tri-Piercer is the way to go and should take out the first Spellblade quite easily. Ranin, which will be taking a shot at the second Spellblade, we should be able to easily take him out the next turn. More barrage of attacks, Velis is going to heal, and we're going to kind of repeat the cycle. Ranin is going to hit the bulk of the enemies with an AoE attack. This definitely helps as it leads into you going after the second Spellblade. Once again, another Tri-Piercer attack should take him out. So the behemoth now is in range, but we should be fine. My only worry is the Water Lancer to the far right, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so another barrage of attacks. This should lead us into our 4th turn that we're going to target the behemoth directly and hit him with a 2-hit pummel. Now that Velus's AI sees that I'm not at risk, he's going to go on the offense, which is perfect since he is strong against the 2 wind units that are surrounding Lucio. So 5th turn, so we're going to go for another 2-hit pummel. Velus is probably going to finish off the wind unit, and I hope the water lancer is close enough for Ranon to scroll over and attack him. Alright, great. So with Velus moving over and finishing off the water lancer, I'm going to be able to entirely focus on the behemoth. So I have 2 more turns to be able to do that. And we'll go with the first pummel, and then the rest of the team should join up and probably finish the job. And there you have it. Everyone did their job, moved cohesively, and cleared the room of all threats. It may have gone quickly, but you can always go back and pause where needed. And with that said, let's move on to the 3rd trial. So the rules of the 3rd trial are rather simple. Keep everyone alive, don't use any items, and take out 2 or more enemies simultaneously. The hardest missions are keeping Setia and Velus alive. Velus tends to get caught up in the action, and Setia's damage can creep up on you, with the added threat of Atreus one-shotting her at any given moment. A couple of changes because this is a longer fight. Bells are no longer needed or required, so you can go with the defense-oriented TMR. Swift Wind Mantle works well here. We need to swap out the Monk sub-job and the Tri-Piercer support ability. I would suggest Warrior of Kindle Light, which would also allow you to break out Soothing Light as a last resort healing ability. But depending on your style of play, you could use any combination of abilities. But take a look, here's my setup for the battle. The strategy of the battle is to protect Velus and Setia while keeping Lucio in the center of the field. This will allow you to clear the other mission of clearing 2 or more enemies simultaneously. With Lucio starting first, I like to raise the team /resist by using Greater Domain of Light. So once that's done, it's pretty much off to the races. Everybody's going to kind of do their thing, but you just need to manage and keep an eye on the situation to ensure that nobody gets their HP taken down too low, and if that's the case, then you're going to be able to come in and intervene. With my 2nd turn, I'm placing myself beside Velus and using Light Blessing. This raises my unit resistance, and I get an agility boost whenever I crit an attack. Alright, so now I'm in range. The enemies are going to start to attack me, and they're not going all in on Velus, which is fine. So there's going to be more of everyone just kind of doing their thing, but you just got to keep an eye on Setia and Velus to ensure that nothing crazy happens with them. I won't use Radiant Nova here because I want to save that for later, but I'm just going to check through and see which would probably be one of the best attacks to use at this stage. Sorry for the uncertainty, but we're going to go with Luminescent Arc. We'll target the snakes, and we'll come back later on. Now this is the perfect time to unleash Radiant Nova. With 4 units in range, and with 2 of them well under 10% HP, we can easily complete the 2+ enemies at once mission. I decided to back Lucio up a little bit because he is a little bit low on HP and I don't want to get him caught in a barrage of attacks and have him die. Alright, another moment of uncertainty. I was debating using Swift Wind defense, but I'll go with the suggested Soothing Light. We're going to ignore the suggested attack and go with Crescentic Break in order to reduce Atreus' defense, and this will help other units' damage, since he's rather tanky. I decided to use Luminescent Arc. This will damage Astrius' HP and will take out the spellcaster. So the level's progressing, but everybody's kind of doing their job, slowly taking shots and taking down the enemies as we go. Nobody's in any major issues, so everything's going really smoothly. Velis has finally fallen into a dangerous spot, but I believe most likely we're going to be able to survive and get through this. Let's bulk up on that slash resist. And in showing you how quickly the tide could have turned, if Astrius would have decided to go after Sedia, it probably would have been game over for her. But he didn't, so let's move on. And he's been taken out, so now with the biggest threat removed, it's just a matter of taking out the final unit, and we should be good to go. I'm going to half turn this because I might need to rush over to Sedia and heal her up. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the opportunity and just healing her up and have the final couple of units are probably going to converge and take out the final unit. Jeez, he's really focused on Sedia. Alright, so it's my turn. I will try to take him out this turn, if possible. Oh, come on. The attack hit and he got stunned. He's pretty much done for, and that is it. And there you have it. Nightmare 2 and 3 complete. This is a quick moving video, so don't hesitate to go back and pause if needed. There are many ways to complete this level, but I think this video shows a great outline for success. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, and if you enjoy these type of videos, give me a subscribe. Take care, enjoy, FLIXBOLT out.